Hi guys, this is Joe Goodspeed from Diamondback Fly Rods. I have some of my musky fishing equipment here in front of me, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how I go about targeting the purebred muskies in the fall and what sort of gear and flies I use. So here I have the Universal Predator 9-foot 4-inch 500 grain rod and the Aeroflex Salt #2 larger size saltwater reel. This is the combination that I have been fishing for the last month and a half this fall. The 9-foot 4-inch 500 grain Predator rod is a rod model. There are two rod models, 400 and 500 grain. I spent 2 full seasons working on a rod design before I kind of came to this final blank. And I designed one and I fully scrapped the set of tapers and used a different material family and went back and did it again to get the blanks right for the action that I think that they need to have for really being effective for the things that you need to do musky fishing. And that's having the power to hook and control the fish, to cast the flies, while also having the finesse and the weight to hold it all day, to not have it really wear out your wrist and wear out your elbow, and also critically to have the tip action to move the flies in the way that the muskies want to eat them. And there's a fine balance of having a rod that's too stiff or too soft, or just the right amount of tip force to pop the flies forward when you twitch them. So those are all things that were taken into account as I was trying to create a musky rod that I felt was just the right design to do the things that I like to do. Here is my fly box with the flies that I was fishing and carrying on my most recent trip. So with my flies, I have these single shank flies where I use a detached hook in the back. Right now, I'm taking a treble hook and cutting off one of the legs, so there are only 2 of the legs of the treble hook. I attach those on split rings, but I use 3 split rings, which is able to keep the hook in line with the shank, but also allow it to rotate when a muskie eats the fly. The hook can kind of rotate around square when a fish is getting hooked. And you'll see this little extra fly that doesn't have a hook on it. I use a crimp to make a little loop that I attach these teaser flies that I put along with my musky flies. And this is something that I've been doing for about 3 years now, and I've had an increased catch rate and a larger average size muskies biting the flies using the teaser fly, which adds an extra degree of movement, flash, and shows the fish a bait fish that appears to be in a feeding action, attacking something else and trying to eat it, which for the muskies, I think really makes that bait fish, the larger bait fish, look very vulnerable. And the success of that rig has proven that that seems to make a difference in how the fish react to the flies. Thanks for watching this today. You can look for more segments like this where we'll be discussing what sort of flies and fishing tactics I use in my personal stuff.